In this video, I want to show you how I built my new rammed earth forms, and I thought I'd save you the boredom of watching me cut the boards and drill it all together. So I've already put everything together. If you need to learn how to cut plywood and 2x4s and drill it together, there's plenty of videos about that on YouTube. But I want to show you the final product here. It's actually a very simple design. So just by watching this video, I'm sure you can get the concepts of my design and put it together yourself. But this is a new model I made. I've had rammed earth forms I've used in the past, and through use I've learned their weaknesses, and so this is kind of my version 2 that I just put together here. And so it's really simple. I'll show you the small side first. It's basically the plywood. It's important, I think, to use 3/4 inch plywood. In the past I've used a bit thinner and they tend to bow and break more easily, so I do recommend 3/4 inch plywood. Now the plywood is going to be the inside of your rammed earth form that the earth is going to compact against. So whatever surface you have, the quality of surface, that's going to show in your final product of rammed earth. So if you have a really smooth surface, you'll have a smoother wall. If you have a rougher wood, your wall is going to look like rough wood. So be aware of that. And you could also use PVC board. I've seen people do that, and you get a very smooth finish to your wall. And also be aware of the screw holes. So try to use as few screw holes as possible, because they will show up in your wall. And I suppose you could put some wood filler in here or something like that to smooth them out. But I'm not going for perfection in this case, so I put minimal screws and still showing. So anyway, the plywood then is backed. I have several supports, and this is almost overkill support, especially at least for this size container that I have. This is a little smaller than a 1 foot by 2 foot. So I added lots of support for this, and I really expect it to last a long time with several uses. So again, the same concept for the larger pieces. 3/4 inch plywood. I put minimal screws just on the edges here, and then the backing backed with several 2x4 pieces, horizontal and vertical pieces. So that's essentially it, and you put them together and it creates a box, and that's what you ram your earth into. So to connect the pieces, I lay them out and then I connect them with these pipe clamps, and the pipe clamps are easily available at Home Depot or Lowe's. You buy the pipe separately in the plumbing section, and then you buy these clamp pieces in the clamp section, and you put them on the pipes, and these will clamp and tighten your form together. So what I'm going to do now is demonstrate putting together the form. So there you go, easy to put together, and you see inside it's a really nice tight box. The seams are real close and tight, so you won't have the earth leaking through any cracks like that when you compact it. Very solid piece here. This is a small box, but you know, it only takes a minute or two to put this together. I used 4 clamps. That's probably plenty for this, but you could put another clamp across here maybe if you wanted extra support. And this model can be replicated to any size. You could make a pillar, for example, just make all the pieces taller and you'd have a pillar form. And for a wall, again, the same concepts apply, just replicate it for a larger wall piece. And you might need extra support for larger pieces. For example, you might want to put lumber bracing across horizontally, and potentially even some angled braces. The more support, the more safety guarantee you'll have of getting a quality wall and no problems happening. So, you know, sometimes I like to add overkill support, but it's usually worth it. So I would recommend a model similar to this for any small size structure. Maybe a house, even a large house. When you start getting to commercial size projects, then sometimes you need to start using some really heavy duty forms, which are not easily available and are very pricey. So if you're doing any kind of house or small project, making wooden forms is pretty practical and they work very well. So anyway, I hope this example helped you and gave you some information on building rammed earth forms. Leave your comments down below and let me hear your thoughts. I'm open to any suggestions and improvements on this form. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more video updates. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you.